tip a little bit here, okay? And yeah, I always wanted to come back. I don't just want to live in New Zealand, and I always have a dream to come back to help the local people. And the school where Sir Edmund had set it up, and I wanted to give back to the community whenever I can. Sir Edmund Hillary is phenomenal. I mean, you have seen the results, along the way, last 70 years, and since he climbed Everest, and he always came back and get back to the community, and they help building a school and hospitals and the airstrip, many bridges, and particularly the school. Without him, I think the Sherpas people would be way behind. All of us, we 10 kids. Some of the kids born there, but we were, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 of us already over 6, 7 years old. So we all helped my parents. My grandfather wants one of the grandchildren to go to the monastery to study, become a Buddhist monk. So I was studying Buddhist monk with my grandfather for a few years, and I didn't really like to become a monk, so I want to expose, I want to go to school, and I left the monastery with my grandfather. So he wasn't happy at all when I left. He always wanted to be one of his grandson to be Buddhist monk. So after I left, he was quite upset. I went to school age of, I think, about 10 or 11. I was quite late to go to school by the time when I enrolled to school in Karikola, and all my classmates was much younger, and I'm like the guardians. I was the oldest in the class. No, my first job was working with Diane and John McKinnon. You met Diane and John.
Yes.
As a little cook boy.
Yeah, the first doctors.
In Kunde. I climbed quite a few peaks before, like a Mera Peak, Highland Peak, and Chulu West, and Choyu, which is 8,200 meters, yes. And quite a few mountains. As a porter, I guess back then, wasn't really professional Sherpa. We hired as high altitude porters.